Spec Ops: The Line is first and foremost a shooter, but developing another shooter in this grayish thingy of shooters wouldn't pay out. So we decided to go for a shooter which is a completely narrative driven, which means there's a lot of narrative which is getting delivered during gameplay, during areas you're going to explore, but also in cutscenes. And what Spec Ops: The Line is trying to achieve is showing off the brutality of war. That it's not all the time just not only enjoyable being the good person and you're just shooting the bad persons, and after 6 hours you're done and you're putting the game on the shelf and you never touch it again. We more or less trying to build up a story with the player being inside. The player has to decide during gameplay, and he cannot undo those decisions, and he has to live with those decisions, and which gives us a pretty good reasons to play again the game, try it a bit different, asking yourself why you decided in a way like that. And that's something which is definitely separates Spec Ops from the rest of the shooters. First, it was of course the anti-war movies which were being done in the late 70s, so Platoon or Apocalypse Now, but also Michael Bay movies, just speaking about the entertainment factor. I mean, war movies, actually all the war movies which were being done in the past 10 years, which definitely takes the whole war theme quietly different than it was used to be, than just having a heroic guy and he's just running through the battlefield and shooting everything what is moving. So definitely watching with all the animators or the whole Yager team, watching those movies and discussing those movies, maybe things we want to take over in our game. So the character development was quite interesting because we actually we are mean, and we do start the game pretty much generic, which means the player should feel comfortable with the environment he has, the characters he has. And at a certain time, pretty early in the game, he noticed that something is changing in the mood, in the look of the character, in the way he behaves, in the way he is talking to his squad, in the way the squad is responding to you. And that was one of the, let's say, bigger tasks we were working on to achieve actually this change in the mood. So you're getting into into Dubai, which is our setting, in Senate, Dubai, and you're just feeling that you're going in there and have just a normal procedure, war procedure thingy going on, but then something is changing and somehow the whole mission is actually getting out of control, and you're trying to get control back all the time. We decided for going with Maya and Motion Builder for the 3D animation part. As our main tools, we keep it open for the animator. So we had once an animator who was mainly working with XSI, so he was allowed to. And our character TDs were just making sure that his animations are just getting in the same way delivered to the engine, and also being, let's say, shareable between the 3D packages via the FBX plugin. And as the game engine, we use the Unreal Engine. And we stick with the version 2009 of Maya and Motion Builder, just because our scripts, our tools were designed for this generation. And yeah, the 2009 was giving us actually everything we needed for the whole production. As we started with our narrative path on Spec Ops: The Line, starting with the cutscene production, pre-production, storyboards, we decided style-wise going with a virtual camera. Did some test shootings to see how it's working out. And the reason why we took the virtual camera is because it gives you a certain organic feeling to the cutscenes, which is sounds strange, but it's definitely bounding the player emotionally closer to the cutscene instead of if you just would have a normal static camera or a pretty generic computed camera fly-through. the scene, and that's why we've chosen the virtual camera. And what we did is captured the whole body movement at once, went back to Berlin at Yager, put all the mocap files together for the cutscenes, and went back to Oxford Audiomotion and did our virtual camera pass, which means our director was taking this virtual camera and was literally walking through the motion builder scene and filming the scene from different angles, how he wants to, actually trying different camera angles and see in which way the sequence is working out the best. Handshaky camera appeal is giving you, of course, a certain stress level. So you are not allowed to lean back or having a pee pause during gameplay. Gives you a certain stress level, which is definitely needed also for the cutscenes, because there is stuff happening which is supposed to having an emotional impact on you. I'm comparing right now the game industry, where it is right now, to the movie industry about 90 years ago. So they were trying to develop certain styles, certain ways how to tell a story, how to actually give the audience what you're trying to give them. So they're trying to establish certain rules for storytelling and so on. And that's why it's pretty much interesting working right now in the game industry, because you're being part of that defining process.